Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety. If you're working in your yard, remember never to place landscaping, structures, and fences too close to above-ground electrical equipment. It's unsafe and could cost you financially. Visit les.com for a complete fence and landscaping installation guide.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Welcome into the Malone Radio Show, sponsored by The Post. Here are your hosts, Executive Director John Goodwin and Athletic Director Michael Hunter. The Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. 93. He did it. Harrison, he did it. 93.7 The Ticket, the Malone Radio Show.
We're back.
Let me adjust this volume a little bit so I can hear myself. We are very happy to be on the show tonight.
In there.
We also
swimwear.
Yeah, we have a special guest tonight too.
Yes.
And as you know, we've been really focusing on mental health for the month of June. If you didn't know, this is Men's Mental Health Month. So we are really talking about that and bringing some awareness to the men here in the world and in the city of what we need to do to exercise that mind.
To keep our marbles straight.
Keep the marbles straight.
Yeah. Keep the bearings. keep the barbarians oiled up.
I think yours might be rusted out already.
Yeah, they already go. We trying to recreate some things in our lives. Yeah. Well, you know how we get started. We're going to get started today, and we're going to dive right in with the vision and mission. Yeah. As the Mike, you want to do it this time? Let me do the sound effects. No, that's okay. Our vision is to create unity and prosperity throughout Lincoln while honoring our African American heritage. And our mission is to eliminate multi-generational poverty.
How do we do it?
We do it with the holistic programs we have, which are fabulous, from preschool, after school programs to our maternal wellness programs, therapy, sports, all of the above. We are doing it. Our building is going up. It's looking real nice.
Yes.
We are very excited. Hopefully, we're about 9 months away from the ribbon cutting.
Whole term.
Yeah, it is 9 months.
Yeah, 36 weeks.
You know, countdown has started, so we hoping that we get in that thing, man. Look, it can be halfway done. Just let us in.
Just let us
knock,
in.
knock. Here we come. But we have a special guest tonight.
Yay.
The one and only Christy Goodwin, the author of Be Intentional.
Yes.
Christy, how you doing tonight?
I am doing well. It is such a privilege and an honor to be here again with you all to talk about this wonderful book that I have written.
You know,
I knew it was coming.
It's like, why did I sit next to her? Because this is really where I sit. Just so happy. I think we missing a chair because there's normally one in between.
It is nothing wrong with sitting next to me, John.
But she may be in rare form tonight.
I might be.
Hey,
you never know where the wind blows.
She said, all right, let's dive right into this thing. Of course, we've had Lawrence. Lawrence, I know you're listening, so we appreciate you coming on for 2 weeks in a row. But
dropping that knowledge.
Definitely want to conclude on this book, Be Intentional. Christy, tell us a little bit about being intentional. In fact, how did you come up with this book? What are some of the things that you did to say, you know what, I want to write a book on being intentional?
Well, one reason I created it was my experience of being around leaders the majority part of my life, and a lot of themes that I have kept in the back of my mind as far as the leaders that I have met. A lot of them define themselves by what they do, not so much who they are. And so that started the journey to me giving voice to what does it mean to be intentional with yourself? What does it mean to know yourself? The importance of knowing yourself, how one should think, how one should move, how one should, as Jay-Z says, flow. And so I think that's all important as it relates to your person and just how you decide to navigate life.
So I'm laughing because you didn't say Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I really want to dive into this because for those who have not been listening, again, we've been really talking about and keening in on mental health and what that means for men, for everyone, but especially for men, since we are bringing awareness this month. That first chapter, I just want to dive right in. You mentioned a few things that I want to just bring out with the first chapter, and then maybe we can go from there. I know Mike has about 20 questions we're going to try to get out tonight. But you're saying the art of the pause in being intentional. Who are you? Pressure cooker. That's managing self and time. Put yourself first. The art of self-care and supporting others.
Yeah.
Embracing feedback for personal growth. Let's talk about a little bit about the art of the pause.
Yeah, and you have a book, John. So I was wondering, when you were going to crack open yours so you can know more about what this book is about. And so
turn her off.
The chapters. The book was created with the concept. It was created with the metaphor of the fire association years ago when they would do the stop, drop, roll when you're on fire. And so I took that metaphor, that concept, and I said, well, let's look at this as what one needs to stop, what one needs to drop, and what one needs to roll out anew. And so the first chapter deals with what you need to stop. And the pause comes into play with you being reflective, being with yourself, being quiet, and just thinking about when you were younger, how did you see yourself? And thinking about all of those things that comes up when you think about that. And so it has a baby picture of me, and that's a picture that I look at every morning, and think, like, God, like, what did you create? Like, what did you think when you were creating me?
You finally
And so,
asking yourself that question. We've been answering that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you take the stop part. So the pause is just having time for yourself to really think about yourself. Nobody else but you.
First thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning. Yep.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning.
I'm rolling too.
Are you?
I'm rolling.
Yeah. Try it. Harrison, you've been trying it?
You're waking up listening to the birds too now, or?
No.
Did you say listening to the birds too?
The birds?
Yeah.
That's what you've been doing, John. You were talking about it last week.
I've been listening to the birds.
Yeah.
No, I wake up and the first thing I do now is I tell myself, what I need to do, who I am, and what I want out of the day before I look at a phone or anything else.
That's what I need to do. I was telling you
That's
guys that
great.
last week. It's like you'll wake up and it's like, man, why the hell do I worry about the Middle East at like 7 a.m? I'm in Nebraska.
Yeah.
I just do what John does. Go outside, touch the grass, and I won't be stressed out to start every morning. Just worry about myself.
Yeah. So I'm 2 weeks. Yeah. Rolling.
2 weeks in.
Yeah.
What time you get up?
It's the easy 6.
6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Get up at 6. Yeah. That's a great way to start.
Yeah. Easiest thing. Never would have thought about doing it.
Look at John. Look at that. You inspired that. Is that what you inspired?
Yeah.
Okay. First
he
off,
doesn't, Harrison, he doesn't necessarily go outside and touch the grass. Okay. But yeah, he
how
does.
you know what I do?
He does do. Yeah, that is true.
Right.
No, you don't touch the grass.
How you know what I do?
You don't.
Okay, so
Maybe a couple of times.
a couple of times. I wake up between 5 and 5:10. The alarm goes off, and I go downstairs, go to the deck, and that's my time. I come in, I read, get dressed, go work out, shower. That's my day. They get going. And at 5 o'clock, when people are asleep, now there's people that's up. Like AD texting me at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Rick,
you wake up at 5 a.m., you'll realize like why all those people are successful in those nice houses. They're coming out at 5 in the morning all the time.
Yeah.
You'll see that group of people.
Yeah. Rick up at 3:30 every morning.
So, and that's
3 o'clock, 3:30 every morning.
Yeah.
Now
I'm 4:30 in the morning.
Now my thing is I have to just get to bed earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
that's my problem.
I
still stay up. I still stay up, but I still wake up because my alarm set for 6. But I need to get to bed early.
Then when you push it to like 5:30,
I am.
Push that thing to 5:30.
I gotta. Yeah.
We talked about, Christy, how we speak to the world before the world speak to us first.
Yeah.
So
and that's your pause theory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the pause. That's the point. Lena Horne, I have a quote in here from some women, some famous women, and one of her quotes is, "It's not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it." And so when I think about that, it's how am I carrying my load? First, what is the load?
Right.
How am I thinking about that load? How am I carrying that load? Why are you carrying the load?
Right.
And so
does it need to be carried.
And so a lot of the be intentional is the intentional thinking is the why behind everything. I always say it's like a 3-year-old when they always ask, why? But why? Why? Right? And my mother can't stand it because I still ask why to this day. but is a reason behind that.
Big shout out to Mama Tula. You got it early.
Hey, Mama. Hey,
she's on, by the way. Before she calls us at the break, she is on, and she did not know her daughter was on.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
So
Mama
Mama's me.
Tula, you know, I'm not in control of it. I'm not in control
And she
of
knows I will always ask why to everything. I mean, she used to hate that, but I really have a reason. It's like, what's the reason behind certain things? And so the intentional part of this book has a lot to do with your why to things and what's important, what's not important, how much time are you giving to everybody else, not yourself? How are you shaping your day? Pretty much, John, that's what you're talking about, how you shape it. Do you all know that? And I'm saying this, I said this a few times to some people, but you know that we think negatively more than we think. It takes work to think positively.
Then I say that, I said, if you can ask kids today,
yeah,
give me 3 positive, 3 negatives about yourself. They'll always start with the negative.
It's always the negative. And so because we have to work at that, that's a mind shift, right? That's a mind change. That's a mind transformation. This helps. That's why I call it transforming personal and professional growth, because it's a process to do. It's a habit that you have to build to want to spend time with yourself, to think about why you do the things that you do and how is my day, how am I waking up to this? And how am I shaping myself as I go along and throughout the day and throughout the weeks and months? And now it's about to be the end of the year pretty soon. So, yeah.
So when you're talking to men, because there's men that you talk with and do sessions with across the states, what are some of the things that you could share that men deal with, and it's harder, it's challenging, let's just say challenging for them to, let's say, maybe change or work on?
Well, one of the things, and I'm not a therapist, I'm not a clinician. Let me say that. That was a good Lawrence question. But one thing I could say with the men that I work with and have worked with is a lot of men don't spend time with themselves and are very uncomfortable answering the question as to who are you? And they carry so much, because a lot of the people that I've talked to are like leaders in the church, very renowned leaders in the church, or have some type of leadership role. It's all about family. It's about kids. It's about the job. It's about the hustle. It's about everybody else that they're serving and not about them. And so that's when I get into questions of, okay, let's talk more about why you don't know who you are.
Yeah, that's a question that a lot of, I'm gonna say, well, I can only speak for African American men, but that's a lot. Those questions are hard for us because a lot of us, how we were raised and what we, our backgrounds and things of that nature, we fall, we was told to get up.
Yeah.
What you crying for? No, those types of things. So we was taught we had to shield a lot of emotions, and we didn't grow up seeing people talking about their emotions.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's the grind. It's the grind. And you never really have time to stop. Well, you have the time, but you don't really take the time to stop and ask yourself, like, who am I? Like, what's my purpose?
Yeah.
What am I living? Am I living in my purpose, or am I just doing?
Right.
And so, but yeah, I can see that, like, that question being very hard for, men to answer, because it's like, even right now I'm thinking like, well, because you never hear that question. You're never asked that question as a man. Who are you?
Because what you hear is, tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
The interview question, tell me about yourself. And then normally when you do that, then, you're talking about all of attributes of you. You're talking about other, I call them fillers. You're talking about what you do well on a job.
Yes.
What a person might want to hear, which is, I say, manipulation, but what they want to hear. But, it's that question that penetrates, and it's like, wow, that's a good question.
Yeah.
So it's time. It takes time.
It takes time, and that's just a little bit of chapter 1. I want to just hit on a few of these chapters. We definitely want to promote the book. We definitely want to promote self-care and again addressing mental health, which is very important to who we are. So we talked a little bit about the managing of the self-time, embracing feedback from personal growth. Let's talk about that, because sometimes we get defensive when someone tells us, I'm not just looking at you because you're the one getting defensive. But because you know, I'm just talking. We get
what you talking about, Willis?
We get defensive when someone tells us about ourselves. Yeah. And at some point we need to sit back and say, wow, like, because certain people can tell you about yourself better than you can, because either we're in denial, we're not paying attention to it.
Well, it's easy to, like the saying, you can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself. So the truth hurts when you really dig down and deep, when those individuals are telling you about yourself and you have to face that. That's like, nah, because you're not ready to face it. You ain't ready to walk through that door yet. So it's just like, no, why you tripping? And so it's easy to kind of like the negative things. It's easy to say something negative than it is to say something positive. So it's easy to get defensive than to say, okay, well, dang, you know what, you right.
Well, I think, my book also, it has I call it the Johari window. It's a concept an exercise that I tell people to do that would kind of help that. Because one, if you don't know who you are and multiple people are telling you the same thing, then you need to check yourself, right? And you need to sit with that and be like, why are everybody saying the same thing? So the Johari window concept is more of, if you go to like 5 of your closest people and you say, I want y'all to make a list of 10 things at the most of what you think about me. How do you define me? And because I actually did that. I did that with probably, I want to say maybe 6 people. And I found on their lists different people, the same theme on everybody's list. And I had a problem with that. Because one, I know that I'm not a person. Mine is, everybody was saying that I'm bossy. Okay. I know I'm not bossy. I'm just I'm not bossy. I'm a take charge person.
Right.
It's the difference. Especially if you come to me, we're not going to get on this soapbox, John. Especially if you come to me and you ask me for something, like I go all in. Mike, if you came to me and say, listen, I'm trying to plan a party, man, I'll be on it. I'm like, I know who you are. I know what you would like. I know. So I go all in, like no, nothing, no boundary, no nothing. Right. And so I had to finally meet with each individual. And I just was like, what do you mean by bossy? And they would give me examples of things. And it hurt because I knew that's not where I was coming from. But I had to listen to that to say, okay, I need to check myself. I need to create boundaries. I need to ask for permission for my voice to be heard. Prime example, John, you asked me, you come to me and you talk to me about something and I give my advice. You didn't ask me for my advice. You didn't ask me for my opinion. Right? And so asking permission is saying, do you mind if I say something? And so you could say yes or no. Now, you're John, so of course I'm not going to go by what you're saying. I'm just going to say what I have to say. But no, I'm just kidding.
No, she's not.
I am
no,
kidding.
She's not.
I do. I don't do it all the time, John.
All the time.
So, but if you ask for permission, like if
Since
you set
they was
up,
teenagers,
if you set up those boundaries, that's what I had to do, and and it changed me. So I'm not the same person that I was. But those type of things.
Yeah, because I was just about to say, like, some things are said, it hit different from the people it's coming from.
It depends on how they say it, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So it's like I would ask John something versus somebody else. And I'd be like, they tripping. They don't know what they talking about. But John know what he talking, but John know what he talking about. Cause I think I think what it is we look out for each other feelings. And so we say, we don't, put everything out there. We say what it is so they can get it. But also the other person may put it out there to where it's like you said, hold on, who you think you're talking to like that? You know what I mean? So it's like, hold on, who you think you're talking to like that? But so I guess
it's
you're
right.
Maybe you should just ask the people. I don't know, like, who would you ask? Like, what type of people would you ask? It can't be somebody who just
it could be your wife. It could be
she gonna tell.
It could be your close friends. It could be family or friends, people that you trust that would give you an honest list. And you have to say to them, this is not about you saying all the right things. This is you being honest.
Right.
And so you just pick the people that you think that people that you trust and that you value their opinion.
Yeah.
And that know you.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
And you got to sit with it. You got to sit with it, take it for what it is and be like, okay. But you have to, you have to be adult enough. You have to be mature enough to be able to, go through that and be like, okay, I need to probably.
So there's going to be some criticism.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But it's, I think it's a good practice to have. And especially what it does is just helps you to know you. You know you for how you know you.
Mm-hmm.
But people know you based off of your interaction, how you are consistently. And those are the ones that you want to hear because you give off things that you don't know you're giving off that you think that, you're not, but you are. So,
So let's pause that right here. Listen, we're going to take a quick break. 93.7 The Ticket, the Malone Radio Show. We'll be right back.
Now's the best time to lock in early order savings on a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the latest technology, including Exact Emerge high-speed planters that help you cover more acres with greater precision and productivity. Order your planter for next year now to unlock the biggest savings of the season. Contact your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety. If you're working in your yard, remember never to place landscaping structures and fences too close to above-ground electrical equipment. It's unsafe and could cost you financially. Visit les.com for a complete fence and landscaping installation guide.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as hatchback nachos and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Now back to the Malone Radio Show, sponsored by The Post on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back, 93.7 The Ticket, Malone Radio Show.
Yeah.
Who's that voice? You know, who is the man saying that? We are back on the Malone Radio Show. Like, who is that?
Big Voice Bob.
Big Voice Bob.
Yeah.
Big.
I might didn't know that.
Boys.
Maybe you told me that before, right?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think there's a cool Sorensen catching the guy before he was big, but yeah, Big Voice Bob. He does a lot of voiceovers, and we are lucky to have a connection with him.
Yeah, it's so
Man,
cool.
maybe I need to get in the
voice.
Let me do it.
Let me drop my voice down a little bit. For everybody out there, this is 93.7 The Ticket, the Malone Radio Show, bringing you the best of smooth talking jazz.
They gonna get called.
Hey.
You know what?
Did that man just wake up?
Right. Lubricate your voice. Lubricate.
Oh man, we're back with Christy, the author of Being Intentional.
Be intentional.
Be intentional. I know what that says. Let's go to move to chapter 2. But there's a couple of things now I definitely want to hit on.
I know what they said.
Right. I know what this is. We ain't paying the fine. Okay. Chapter 2 really hits on a really continuation from chapter 1, of course, but protecting your peace and priorities, key areas to set boundaries. Give us some examples or give us some ways that men, or some things that you have shared with men. You say you've spoken with pastors and speak with men all across the country on how we can protect our peace, because being the man of your home or the man of the head of the house, what is that, if whatever, how that looks, or running a business, being at work, how are some ways that we can protect our peace and priorities?
Let me ask you a question. What do you value the most?
Ooh, my time.
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 So when you're thinking about time, how do you protect your time?
If it's foolishness, I'm not dealing with it.
Okay. Same concept when it comes to protecting your peace. Anything that's worth anything that's valuable to you, what do? You protect it. You protect your family, your wife, your kids, like anything that's of value, anything that's important, of utmost importance to yourself, you protect it. Peace is something that you can protect because that's valuable. That's something that everyone should try to have, is some type of peace. And so for me, or the concept of that is anything in your life, chapter 2 is a lot about what you need to drop. And so after you went through chapter 1 with what you need to stop, then the drop is the next thing. It's looking at anything that is distracting, anything that is taking too much of your time, social media, screen time, watching stuff. If you sit and you map out a busy day and you look at, okay, in between the busy, what are you doing? How much time are you spending doing that? So if it's social media, which I know someone, I know a particular person that, looks at social media. A lot of people look at social media a lot, especially as it relates to like, TikTok and Instagram with these quick videos and watching stuff. You lose so much time doing that when you could have been doing something else that's meaningful.
Yeah.
You could have spent time with yourself at that point.
Yeah.
So sometimes, when I talk about protecting your peace, I have people looking at their day, seeing where is it wasted.
Yeah. Because it's crazy that you say that, because people will recharge their phone looking at social media. You know how long it take your phone to die?
Yes. But you're on social media so long because of the videos, it drains the battery.
Yeah. So you gotta
you gotta recharge. And then it's a whole mental thing that goes into screen time too. It's a whole mental concept. So the protecting your peace is that boundary setting, and all of that at chapter 2 has a lot to do with who, not just what you need to drop, but who you need to drop. And who's around you that's not being life-giving, that's not pouring into you, that's not encouraging you, that's not lifting you up, that's not driving you to do better, be better. If there's people that's around you that's feeding you, that's I call it life killing, then why are you around them? Why are they still a part of your every day, every week, every month? And 2, it's time in chapter 2 for you to really look at that, for you to investigate that and decide, what's really worth my time? Who is worth me being in their time? Who is worth them being in my time? That's what I should say. Because not everybody is even worth that. Like, I don't, at a certain time of day, I stop talking to people.
What time of day is that? When you stop talking?
I stop talking to people. Like, I'll be in bed right now. Like, I stop. Like, I shut it down. Like, I try my best not to do anything that's going to distract me from relaxing, breaking down my day, just bringing me down. Social media, TV, news, especially now, everything that's happening in the world and what's going on, that stuff consumes your brain. It keeps you up. It keeps your subconscious up. It plays into your subconscious. And so a lot of that, people wonder why they're not sleeping and resting well, unless you got a CPAC. Why you're not sleeping or resting well, why you got to take something to help you go to sleep, or do something to help you go to sleep. It's a thing, because your mind is still up. So it never falls into a remnant sleep. You have therapists on your show. That could delve into that. But if you're not doing things to purposely calm you, protect you, shut you down, you need to work on stopping some things. So chapter 2 delves into a lot of different things with that.
So we talked about the stop. We talked about the drizzop. Let's talk a little bit about the roll.
Roll.
Gently down the stream.
Merrily.
Life is like a dream. Okay, so we're talking about Chapter 3, which is the role. And some of the topics that you have in here is rolling into new habits, creating positive change, the power of rolling out new habits, and rolling out your new habits, empowered to move and begin again.
After you have done the work of stopping and dropping, now how am I going to walk this day out anew? How am I going to start a new habit? How am I going to start thinking differently? The mind is such a powerful thing that it all starts up here. It starts in the head. And so if we have to cancel out 80% of our thoughts of being negative, if we have to cancel that out, that's a lot of work throughout the day.
Yeah.
And so if you've done the work in 1 and 2, which are just tools, there's other things like some people, I would say I'm a therapist advocate. I feel that it's nothing wrong with men going to therapy to help just reshape just who you are and what you're doing and why you're doing it. The book is just a tool, but some men might need therapy to help just be that mediator of thought, to just help them to know how to help me do that. So 3 is all about you just being renewed, refreshed. How do I want to approach things? How do I want to approach relationships? How do I want to approach my work life habits? How do I want to approach just, the habits of friend, family, whatever that might look like for you? How is this rolling out? It's kind of like, you stepping out, you just got a makeover. And so in that makeover, it's like, okay, so this is the new me. It's work. I'm not saying you can't regress, but when you regress, you quickly make the moves to getting yourself back right. Don't get yourself stuck. So that chapter has a lot to do with how to do that and how to do that well and what some tools to do that.
When you're talking about ending your day, do you have any examples of how a person can end their day?
This is what I do. This is what I do. Everybody will have a different way of doing stuff. Before I get off work, when I'm getting off work, I look at my calendar for tomorrow. Okay. And while I'm driving, I'm processing the day while I'm driving home. I process the day. I process what I did well, what I could have done better. Did I waste any time? Could I have done things in a different way? Could I have been more progressive as it related to certain tasks that I did? By the time I drive up to my parking spot, walk to the door, open the door, I'm done thinking about work. I didn't used to be that way. Because as an executive director, sometimes things carry on.
Oh, yeah.
And so what I do is I try my best to flesh out everything that I need to before I hit my door. My house is like my dojo. So when I walk into my dojo, I leave all that stuff out. And so now what I'm doing is I'm shaping my night for a shutdown. And a lot of times for me, because I used to suffer from insomnia, it's a process for that. So that means that to get my mind to know, oh, okay, Christy's done with the workday. Because your mind knows it's habits that you have, right? And so if you're carrying your workday into your house, into your family, it's like, when is it going to your brain is not still working.
Yeah.
It's still working. It's still up. And so I do things to shut myself down. I'll cook myself something. I'll listen to some music, which is probably jazz or something that's really light, or piano. I'll sit on the balcony. I'll just look up. I'll write in my journal. And then, it's like if I want to watch something on TV, I make sure I give myself time so I can really get my mind now to say, okay, it's time to sleep. So it's a process for me, but it's an everyday habit like it is for me when I wake up. It's work. It's work. But once
you
your
get
mind,
off work and go to another job.
Yeah. I mean, and so if it is a couple of jobs that you're working, I would use my car time to bring my mind under subjection. So when I step in my house, okay, baby, it's all about me and you. Kids, what's up? How was y'all day? Because you're going into daddy mode, right? And so you need to get your mind ready for that. Then you need to pull yourself down to say, okay, now let me take care of me so I can shut myself down, so I can just chill out for the day. You understand what I'm saying, Harrison? So it's stages. It's stages to this, and it's not saying that I can't do it. It's getting everybody on board to help you do it. So for like, if Mike, you're married, my thing would be I would sit the family down and be like, okay, when I come home, this is what I need.
It probably won't come out just like that, but it'll come out. Right, Harrison? It'll come out.
He'll come out. And and you might need to talk to wife first and then talk to the kids. But you might need 30 minutes or an hour just for you to just.
I could be like, listen, and then you be having to beep it out. Beep. Y'all beep. Y'all hear beep, beep, beep.
See, Mike, that's because the pressures of your mind needs to be, you need to alter it. And then you will have a better way of presenting it. It don't have to be all beeps, Michael. It doesn't have to be all beeps.
Now, I know for sure that I know what I've been doing, especially before I walk in the house, I finish my calls. So if I'm talking on the phone, I used to just be talking when I walk in the house.
Yeah.
And don't acknowledge nobody. And I'm just in there talking.
I do that.
But then I if I pull in the garage, I'll finish the conversation. And then I hang up and go on in there and whatever.
Yeah, I don't do that. I'm bad at that. I know I need to change that. Because the crazy thing about it is when if I'm on a call and I pull in the garage or whatever, I get that voice to say, you about to go in the house, you should. I don't.
And so Mike is a prime example of what happens to a lot of people and what a lot of people do. It's called cognitive restructuring, Mike. If you have that voice that says, because we all have it, okay, now you need to just be about family, go in the house and leave work out. It's a reason why that's being said to you that you need to do it.
Yep. Now,
I would say to you, like, you need to start changing that the best way you can, because one thing I want, and I'm not married, I don't have any kids, but one thing how would you want somebody to remember you? You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's kind of like, anything can happen. We know life is short. Things are going on. I will want to be present with anybody I'm walking into the house with. And I would want them to be present with me and give them the best that I can give them of myself.
It's kind of like what I told you, like, that's why I don't even know what do not disturb is on my phone. But it's kind of like, because I like I told John, I feel like if I miss something that somebody needed me, and if I miss it, and I wake up and it's like, man, I could have prevented it if I would have just answered.
And that's where I would start with asking the question: why do you feel like you're gonna always miss something? Where does that come from? There's a root to everything.
No, it is, and the root from it is like growing up. That's just what we stayed busy. We stayed like, okay,
chapter 1,
that reliable source.
Chapter 1.
Yeah, that's why I say she get this book.
I'll autograph it to you.
Yeah,
chapter 1.
We're gonna need 2 books.
And Lawrence, you might have another client.
Lawrence.
For chapter 1. Chapter 1 is where you need to start, Mike, because I'm telling you, the root, it's strong.
Yeah.
It's a strong,
deep.
It's a stronghold. And you have to recognize it and be aware that that's where this start. Okay, so now how do I need to start working on changing that?
Yeah. Like I say, I know exactly what it is. I know exactly how, like, I know it. Like I say, like, that's why every time if you text or whatever, you get an immediately response.
Yeah, it comes right up. Boom, boom. It's like he already knew I was about to text, and he started texting before I even hit send on the phone.
I mean, because it's just, I've always, if you in my circle, you in my circle.
Talk to me, Mike. You can talk.
Yeah, talk
and
to
then
me.
I'll refer you to Lawrence.
Hey.
I'll get you ready for Lawrence.
Listen, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Rose Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Staying healthy and comfortable starts with the air you breathe. If you're noticing more dust, odors, or allergies, it could be time for duct cleaning from Bryant. Pure Air starts with cleaner air ducts, pair with enhanced filtration and purifications options, and the difference is amazing. When the air you breathe is clean and fresh, your home smells fresher, and your family is healthier. Time for cleaner air in your home? Call Bryant for a free estimate. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important, though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The week.
Now back to the Malone Radio Show, sponsored by The Post on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is this what we doing?
Yeah. Big shout out to Big Sister Shine out in Chi-Town, the Windy City.
Hey, Chi-Town.
Is that hot windy city out there? Is that
Yeah.
hot?
Where them Braves at?
Malone Radio Show,
Yeah.
93.7 The Ticket. We are on here with Christy Goodwin. Be intentional with her book here, and we just got through talking about chapter 1, 2, and 3, which is Stop, Drop, and Roll. Before we hit into that fourth chapter, because we only have a few minutes, how, if someone is interested in purchasing this book, where do they go?
You can go to Amazon.com to get my book. You can email me at christy@christygoodwin.me. And also you can purchase it. So those two, I can't even think of the bookstore. The one that we were at last week.
Barnes.
Fitch.
Yeah. Can't think of the name of it. It's right. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, I can't think of the bookstore here in Lincoln, but you can just contact me or you can go to Amazon. And then I can send you the book directly.
You ever seen a walking banana?
Walking banana. So
what is it?
What
the
we see-
Francie and Finch bookshop? Is that
That's
the right
it.
one?
Yes.
Francie and Finch.
Francie and Finch.
That's
Yep.
it. So
Just
if you're
ask for the
local,
book and they can get it from there.
that's local in Lincoln, Nebraska. And if you're not in Lincoln, they can go to Amazon.
Yes.
And if they're looking for you to speak somewhere, they can contact you through that email, correct?
Yes. Christy@christygoodwin.me.
So just to hit on the transition piece of it in chapter 4, it talks about after you're done with the stop, drop, and roll, mentorships. How important are mentorships in a person's life?
They're golden. They're golden. Mentorships can really, mentoring, that really has to talk, it talks about you mentoring someone. And it has a lot to do with not losing yourself in the process of that. Sometimes we mentor people, give a lot out, and we're not doing what we need to do to protect ourselves or really to give back to ourselves as it relates to that. And so it talks a lot about that and the transitioning of mentoring. But mentoring is very important. I think giving back to people, giving back to various groups and teaching them what you know. I mean, that's priceless.
And sometimes you're not going to always agree with what the mentor says.
No, you're not.
That
You have to
part.
be able to do it, apply it, do it.
Yes.
Knowledge transfer. You talked about that a little
Enjoy the
bit.
process.
Yep.
And that's what that is. Knowledge
Not the
transfer has a lot
outcome.
about what you know and you give into somebody else. So that's the mentor, mentee part.
Be intentional.
Get it?
Intentional.
Christy Goodwin.
That's
You
it.
have graced us with your presence tonight.
Thank you so much. It's such a privilege and an honor. I'm so glad we have this time together.
Okay, let's see. That's
To be fair, that's the only bars we've had on here.
you know what?
That
You're
was
right.
the first song was "Row Your Boat" today because Mike never has dropped bars.
That
once.
is right.
I be
Mike, you
dropping
supposed to
bars.
sing?
I be dropping them bars, bro.
Man, that wasn't no bar, bro.
That was a
We
bar.
did the roll. That's right. We
That was
sure
a
did.
bar.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Again, this is the Malone Radio
Wow.
Show, 93.7.
If I had
The
it, I'd
Ticket.
drop it, but I ain't got it.
This
so.
you ain't.
Mike, you haven't had it for the past 2 weeks.
Y'all have a great night. We'll see you next week.
Peace.